Welcome back to My Farming Life. We are up, heading towards Malthouse Farm as we take it easy as we pass the roses there. Nice and steady, nothing to see here. Right, yeah, we're heading towards Malthouse Farm because, if you can see in our mirrors, we actually have our first contract with this, with our harvester, which has come completely out of the blue. Basically, I'll get out because we're going to be going to speak to her anyway. As we said in the last episode, Miss Aintry's harvest has gone down. It's still not fixed. It's been another week on. There's still nowhere near getting it fixed apparently. And they've got a small, I think she said oats. I'm pretty sure she said oats. She's got a small oat field that she needs harvesting. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go over, see what the crack is with it, and then we'll get going. I think I remember which one it is. It's the one just above where we planted the sugar beet earlier in the year. Right, it is indeed that field. It's just behind, from what I remember. I mean, I haven't been up to this farm much, but it's just behind where the horses are here. She said the gate's open, and she said there's also a trailer waiting for us. I've got the keys for the tractor, the class. There's the horses, or at least some of them. God, that needs cutting, doesn't it? Yeah, she said it's connected to the class tractor, which I've now got the keys for. And then there's a silo just up here as well. I mean, it's quite a decent setup, isn't it? Like I said, she sort of doesn't have that much time for a lot of the arable farming. She's more sort of interested in her horses. Right, let's get these unstrapped here. Right, we'll get this down and we'll get into position to start cracking on. Let's go and have a look at the field. I mean, oh, there's a tractor there. It's still quite a big field, isn't it, for our little machine? I think, though, we're going to be able to step up on here. Right. Am I going to move this? No. I'll leave it here. I just wanted to have a look inside more than anything. We've been in here before, haven't we? We've used this previously. Right. Out we come. Yeah. I think we're going to be alright, but it's going to take quite a long time. We'll get it unhooked. We'll get started. And we've still got quite a lot we need to do prior to us going, which we'll talk about in the next one. So, on the belong. Right. Nice and steady. You can't really see much beyond it. You're literally just trying to... There, we're off. You're just trying to stay level to the front of the tractor and hoping there's nothing suddenly jumped up behind. Right. We'll get it unfolded. And let's get going. We'll just take this headland off to start with. I am quite conscious of where that tractor and trailer's been parked. It's not in the most ideal position for us turning, especially when, I mean, this tractor just doesn't turn, does it? There we go. I could really do with a mask, to be honest, while I'm doing this. When we done ours, I was coughing for ages after. Could do with something, couldn't I? I mean, this, to be fair, this is going to be the last time we do this until next year now. I wouldn't have thought we'd be using the harvester again until next year, because I mean, although the harvest was a little bit late this year, still nearly every farm, every field is clear now. Trevor's he's on with, well, I imagine if he hasn't already started, he'll be starting very soon. He's on with his canola field as we speak. He's doing it himself. Obviously he's not paying us today, seeing as we're down here. We do need to, once we're done here though, I don't think we'll be doing anything for Trevor today, because we need to get our own field build and we need to get our wheat sold. If you look, we're hugely down on funds. I've just spent £800 on a flight to Chicago. So that's in a week's time. We're flying in a week's time. But yeah, I've already spent the money on the flight, and then there's a connection as well. So we're flying from London Heathrow. We fly into Chicago. That's like somewhere between an 8 or 9 hour flight. That can't wait. And then we go down to somewhere called Bloomington. We transfer down to there, and then from there, I'm not sure how long it is yet, but it's a drive to where we're going, the place where we're going. I can't remember the name of it at the minute, but I know it's a decent drive from this place called Bloomington. I mean, none of this has any sort of none of this is registering right. I have no idea. I know Chicago's on the east coast, not the east coast, but it's closer to the east than it is the west, isn't it? I know it's next to Indiana, isn't it? And I'm pretty much out from there. I'm really worried that this pipe isn't going to be long enough. Let's get down, see how far away we are, because I can't see a thing from there. It's not going to be, is it? It's not going to be high enough. I knew. Right, that presents a problem. As soon as I came round and I seen that, I thought, this is going to be too big. That piece of kit is just going to be far too big for what we've got. Right. What I will do is, I'm going to run around, speak to Miss Aintree, and see if we can sort something out. Turns out, she doesn't have a smaller trailer. It's only that massive class one. So what she's done is, I mean, she's not in now. I've gone up to this store, and we've hired one. We've had to pay for it, but she said she'll reimburse us. Right, let's just get past this, and we'll get as close as possible. In fact, I might even just reverse up to it for the first time. Yeah. Right. Let's get that switched off, and then we'll see if we can get going. Right, that should be empty now right now. Fantastic. Okay. So the dealership said, I think it's 7,500 litres we'll get in, which isn't too bad. It means we'll have to empty it probably a few times. Right, pipes in, and we get cracking again. I mean, that took, considering we've got so much to do today, that just took needless time up, didn't it, to go and have to do that. It wasn't ideal, to say the least. I've already, I've said to her as well that we might have to refuel our harvester when we're here, and she was fine about it. There's a pump just, we drove past it just as we were coming around towards the fields. There's a pump there that would be able to refuel with. So yeah, this time next week we'll be in Illinois, and I know sort of that we'll be doing a massive harvest. I'm still not exactly sure what, because I haven't been able to speak to Trevor anymore about it. He's been mega busy, and I don't have contact with his mate out in the States, so yeah, I'm not overly sure what we'll be doing. I don't know if we'll be doing the combine work. I don't know if we'll be, I don't know, driving the trucks. I have absolutely no idea. I'm looking forward to it though. It's going to be hard graft. I know it's going to be hard graft. And he said it'll be a long couple of weeks. I mean, it's something different, isn't it? It's something different, and we're potentially going to make quite a lot of money out of it. Okay, what I think we'll do, I think I've got the drone with us. It's over in the cab of the tractor. I think we'll get the drone up. What you'll see, we'll speed it up a little bit, and then we'll be able to get on with the rest of our jobs that we need to do today, which, like I said, are substantial. So yeah, let's get the drone up, let's crack on with this field, and we'll come back shortly. Right, we're nearly sort of approaching the end of the morning, and we're done. It hasn't been too bad. I think the field looked probably a little bit more daunting when it was full of crop than what it does now, to be honest. It was quite deceptive in the fact that once you got round this corner here, it was actually quite small. Okay, we'll get the pipe out ready. We'll get this last bit emptied, and then we can go and empty the trailer again. From what I guess is that this will purely be for her horses. I can't even see whether that's... Do you know, it's an absolute nightmare. Just this bit here, you can't see a thing. Right. I can get a better idea of where we're going to go from there. He says. There we go. See, I can't even... Normally, I'd be able to just look in here, but because it was only like a third full or whatever, it wasn't showing it. Right, let's pipe in. We might as well just leave that. Get switched on, there we go. And let's get round. I mean, we didn't get a great deal of it. I think it'll be maybe, I don't know, shy of 10,000 litres, I would have thought. Just see if that's emptying alright. Absolutely fantastic. Right, I don't know what she wants us to do with this now. What I'll do, I'll just switch off and I'll drop the keys off. I don't know if she wants us to take that back or not. What I'll do, I'll drop the keys off. I'll nip back down if she does. If she does want us to go and take that back, I mean, I'm sure if if she contacts Roger at the dealership, then someone will just come down and collect it anyway. Okay, let's get this back loaded up, and then we need to get back up to Trevor's farm. Slow as you like. There you go. Right. I'll get this strapped up. We'll drive up there. I'll switch off for now. I'll drive up there and then we'll see what we're going to do next. I'm going to have to do some ringing around to see who's going to, where we can take our wheat. But I'll do that off camera. Right, I've just had a phone call to say that the wagon that we've, I say we've hired, we haven't. What I did is I contacted Country Stores. They're down near the petrol stations, right in the village of Atchin, and they've sent a truck up so that we can load our wheat up, and then they're gonna then buy it off us. There it is there. I presume the driver's just sat inside, he doesn't need to do anything else. Right, let's get... I opened up the garage just knowing that they were on the way. I didn't know what time they were coming down though. To be fair, they were really good. There was some I mean, we know just from dealings with them through Trevor that British grain will come down. 2 seconds, I just want to have a look at yeah, the bucket didn't look right. Yeah, we know British grain that they'll come down and pick it up as well, but they do actually charge. These have said they must be quite, I wouldn't say desperate for it, but I didn't even have to ask. They just said that they would send a truck up and collect it, which isn't bad at all. I mean, they're a lot smaller operation than what British Grains is. British Grains is massive. They've got a lot of trucks. They seem to be spread out, I was going to say around the country, but as we know, we've been foreign with them as well, haven't we? I can't actually remember how many tons we had. Right, I mean, it's not the most ideal ideal location to dump. I mean, it was really easy to dump it. Picking it up, however, is proving a little bit difficult. What I do know is when I'm reversing, as long as I'm level with that garage, then I can go underneath the shelter without hitting anything. When I was ringing around as well, I've spoke to a few people about the bales, what I'm going to do with the bales, and I've already okayed it with Trevor, he's happy with it. I'm actually going to stack them and hang on to them, because the cost, or the price, sorry, at the minute isn't great. Probably just because there's so many around. So, oh my god, I hope that hasn't took a chunk out of there. Yeah, just because there's so many around. Oh my god, this isn't going well. I mean, not only am I not in our own tractor, but I'm potentially taking chunks out of the frame of that garage as well. Yeah, so what we'll do with the do you know, it feels really heavy with this, with a full bucket. I don't know if you can sort of, I don't know if it's coming across on the vlog or not, but it's like you can feel that it's really light. It's bouncing around at the back quite a lot. Probably could have done with a heavier weight, to be honest. I don't even know if he's got any heavier weights. I haven't seen any. This weight that's on it is the only one that I've ever seen on it. I don't even know what size it is either. No idea. I mean, Trevor himself doesn't normally use his equipment for things like this, because he has his silo system, doesn't he? Right, I'm gonna have to, I think, change angles to get some of what's over there. Right, I think we're doing alright here. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? It's just pulling the back end round. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't think the wheels were off the ground there, but it was definitely pulling it up. Right, what I think I'm going to do is finish the rest of this off camera, because I'm quite conscious that I'll probably be running out of space on the memory card, to be honest, given what we've already recorded earlier in the day. So I'll finish the rest of it off camera, and we will come back when we fully loaded, to be honest. Right, I've brought the drone back down. We've only got one more left. I started before the news even came in of how much I'd got from Country Store, sorry. So we started cracking on pretty much as soon as the truck left. 8,000, or nearly £8,300 we got from our crop, our wheat, which, given the size of the area, I'm more than happy with. We've definitely made money out of it. Like I was saying, I think it was when we were harvesting, it's obviously cost us a couple of grand to lease the land off Trevor, but it hasn't cost us much more than that. We did, I don't even remember if we had to pay for the seed or not. I can't remember, because I remember him saying that he had some lying around. Let's go and get these strapped on. Yeah, so we might have had to pay for seed or fertiliser, but I really can't remember. These, I know they're not amazingly stacked, but they're coming straight off. They're going into one of these sheds here. I've already okayed it with Trevor. He's fine with it, and then we'll sell them. I don't know when we'll sell them, but it certainly won't be before we go to the States. Yeah, £8,300. I mean, have we ever had this amount of money? I can't remember if we have or not. But it's a great platform to start from, especially if we're going to make some money when we're out there as well. yeah, things are looking all right. The next time you'll see us, I will have my camera and we'll be in Illinois. Hopefully, raking the coin in, but we'll see. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.